Good evening, everybody. It's the evening of day 11, and I didn't see you this morning because we were driving home from our cottage. And I'm excited to show you how well our starters did. And this way you can see that if you need to miss a morning feeding or an evening feeding because you're just busy or you're going out of town or what have you, you can do it by doing exactly what I just did. So here we go. Let's check it out. So here we have our starters. We have our Susie, our sorghum sourdough starter, Betty, our brown rice starter, and Bob Jr., our regular wheat starter. And looking at Susie, you can see that she has risen and fallen and lots of bubbles. So this is now an old starter. You can see the line where she has risen and fallen, and it's a little bit more liquidy in consistency. So it is definitely ready for a feed. And here is Betty, our brown rice starter, and same thing. It's risen and fallen, a little bit more liquidy than it is when it's mature. And you can see the line where it has risen. So they both doubled, so that's excellent. They did well on the travels after being fed double. And here's Bob, our wheat starter, and look at all those bubbles, and you can see it lifting. And it actually looks like it did lift significantly higher. I've been tipping it so a little bit, so it's not as high as it looks, but it definitely has big bubbles, lots of carbon dioxide being produced, and it is very healthy and strong. Now let's feed our starter, and I'm going to show you how I do it by taking a new clean glass jar and then give my starter a really good mix. So I would weigh the jar, write the amount on the bottom, tear the scale, and put 30 grams of my starter into the jar. Then I tear my scale again and add my 60 grams of water, tear it again, and my 50 grams of flour. As always, I would give it a really good mix. And I'll mix it for a good 2 minutes until it's all incorporated as usual. Then I'll clean the sides of my jar and make sure I can see all the beautiful activity that's going to happen. And give it the jiggle test. Around the top and cover it back up. Then place my elastic back on my new clean jar and make sure it's at the right height. Then I'll take my jar and put it in its snuggly spot. It is very cold today. And I would love to know, what have you baked with your discard? Please share a picture in the comments. So we'll see you in the morning when we'll feed our starters again. Have a wonderful, peaceful sleep, everyone. Good night.